Hey everybody, do not take it seriously here today on the Burns redo. Sorry my video is up a day late. It was actually a special day yesterday. I was out of town, so it was for my birthday actually. And I was up in the northern part of the state, so I wasn't even at home. But I wanted to give you guys my review for Eastern Promises. As you can see behind me here, I have a pretty extensive movie collection. This was not one I had in my movie collection, and I'm going to be adding this soon because I really enjoyed this movie. This was Greg's pick, Eastern Promises with Viggo Mortensen, and Naomi Watts also. And I don't know why I never saw this when it first came out. I think maybe I had some other stuff going on, but yeah, I'm kind of sad I didn't see this sooner because this is an amazing movie. I really, really enjoyed this. The way that Viggo acts throughout the film, I don't want to give anything away to it. He pretty much plays a part while playing a part, so to speak. And he does it so freaking well, I did not know he was who he is in the movie until they actually came out and said it. I'm usually pretty good at checking, like, when I'm going through and watching a movie, I'm usually pretty good at guessing, basically, what the person is, like if they're, a spy or something like that. I'm usually pretty on it and go, oh my god, he's a spy for this guy, or whatever. And I end up pissing people off when I do that, actually, because I figured out in my head quicker than I do in the movie by watching it. So, anyhow, he's not a spy in this one. But anyways, it's an amazingly awesome movie. I had a pretty good time watching this, and no, not just for the naked Viggo Mortensen scenes. Although, I thought about taking that scene where he's fighting, naked in the sauna, and making it into an animated movie avatar. Because it's funny. Not one for the kids. Definitely not a movie for the kids. Still, this is a good movie. I thought it was great. She plays the part where she's basically a midwife or nurse, I guess it would be kind of close to being a nurse, and maybe not have the credentials for a nurse, but she works at a hospital, and a pregnant girl ends up being brought in that is very young and has this baby. Well, the girl ends up dying. That's one of the first scenes that you see, and she gets attached to this infant, and she wants to find out what happened to the family or where the family is and what's going on. And Viggo is tied to this whole kind of like a mob, I guess it would be like a mob, like a gangster kind of a life. Basically, he's a driver for gangsters, and he's trying to get into the Inn Club, and you see a lot of tattoos all over him. And let me see if I can show you this here on the cover there. There we go. You can see all the tattoos that he has all over his body. He basically ends up having to sit in front of a panel of other people that are determining whether or not he's good enough to be in this gang, or mob, whichever way you want to say it. And he everything that's on his body is what happened to him in life. So basically his entire body is telling this story of where all of these tattoos are, and certain tattoos mean a certain thing. If you watch the bonus features for this DVD where it says marked for life, they fully explain that, which I thought was really cool, because I wanted to know, like when I was watching it, I kept trying to figure out, well, why would he have this, this tattoo, or what significance does this have? What am I supposed to be understanding here? And when I watched that bonus feature, they completely go into certain things, like how if there's a spider that is tattooed on someone and it's facing up, it means that they are moving away from a life of crime. If it's facing down, then they're still in crime. And like on his back, he has a tattoo, and it is 3 buildings, but they're like a dome. I forget what they're called. Kind of like a mosque style top to it, basically. And each one is for the 3 different prison sentences that he served, and that's why he has 3 on his back, and it's a huge tattoo on his back when you see it. It's pretty impressive. There are some other ones, like the crucifix on the chest doesn't mean necessarily that it's a religious symbol, which Vigo talks about in the Marked for Life. He says it's more of a symbol to show that he's still doing what he's doing, that he's still true to being the gangster that he's being, in a way, I guess. And I just thought that was really neat. And then some of the other stuff that happens in the film, like little moments where she rides a motorcycle, and obviously motorcycle's left out in the rain. She doesn't have a cover on it or anything, and she goes out to start it and it won't start. And, you know, a lot of times you see in some movies where they go outside and they kickstart it and it takes off and it goes. And it's like, okay, but I know that kind of a motorcycle wouldn't do that because it's not completely covered on the engine. So they stayed true to the mechanics of things, but yet they really drew you in with everything else that was going on. And there are little moments where you think one person is amazingly nice and they're an awesome person, and then you find out something different and you're just, it's like a slap in the face. And I really, really, really enjoyed this movie. I liked the way it was filmed. And I've never seen A History of Violence. So this was, I don't know, probably the first movie that, probably not the first movie I've seen by David Cronenberg, but I've never seen A History of Violence. And I say that to people and they act astonished and they're like, oh my God, you have to watch it. It's like, okay, but I haven't watched it yet. So watching this and knowing how he directed this movie, now I really want to watch A History of Violence. But I fully recommend this movie if no one has seen it yet. I think it's a great movie. It's just, it's a thriller type movie is how they describe it. But it is, little moments obviously are a little drawn out, but it builds suspense, I think, throughout the film. And I really like that as well. So the last thing I wanted to talk about before I go is how there's this Romeo-Juliet kind of a thing going on with Vigo and Naomi, and you see you see throughout the movie some things progress and some things don't, and you can tell that she wants to pursue something, but you can tell that Vigo doesn't. And again, I don't want to give anything away on this one because I want you guys to see it for yourselves, but there is a moment where I literally wanted to jump through the screen and just push their heads together because there's tension. There's so much sexual tension between these two throughout the film that it just, I don't know, it just gets to me, I guess. And I thought it was really well done, though. So, Eastern Promises, great movie. Hope you guys check it out, and we will see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye!